There's a huge amount of wildlife out here, including a number of endangered species. Maybe that's what people were seeing. The popular theory is that Mothman was mistaken for the Sandhill's crane.
During World War II, this whole area was a secret munitions and chemical dump for the US military.
From 1942 through the 60s and 70s, the US military used this 8,000-acre piece of land to manufacture and store explosives and secret chemicals. Are there any skeletons hiding in this old closet?
We believe that with all the chemicals they would have used to manufacture TNT, you've heard gunfire in the background, so they're using this as a regular hunting ground. But yet it's still one of the most diverse habitats in West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, considering everything, it still looks fairly pristine. I'd like to know what it looked like beforehand.
Yeah.
A lot of the sightings of Mothman actually occurred around these igloos and bunkers. A lot of the people think that Mothman had something to do with these bunkers, maybe even lived inside them. This one's locked up.
Yeah. Maybe they have something to hide.
Maybe.
Wow. Look at the size of these.
It's huge, isn't it? They could have kept tons and tons and tons of TNT and who knows what else in here.
It just makes you wonder whether it was only TNT that they were manufacturing and not some other chemicals.
Yeah, could have been all sorts of things stored here. They closed down the ponds and the swamp for years for fishing and all that sort of stuff, and it's only recently that they've been reopened.
That's why I wonder whether it's a government conspiracy, this whole Mothman thing.
Well, I'm sure the government doesn't tell the public everything. I mean, it's possible they were using the entire population of Port Pleasant as test subjects for something. And a lot of people do think that.
And maybe that's why the government's chosen not to investigate the sightings.
Because they already know.
This is a really creepy place. Not only because they manufacture TNT in here and goodness knows what other chemicals, but the thought that the government might have used these chemicals to create this mutant creature that is Mothman. Who knows?
A creepy place for sure. But little evidence of Mothman. Another winged phantom has been seen in the skies of Monterey. It's here that not one, but 4 police officers came face to face with a mysterious winged monster. A terrifying account, even for these seasoned lawmen.
What is it that could scare a police officer half to death?
In the early hours of the morning, Officer Samano said he was attacked by a creature beyond his comprehension.
Was it real, or was it some bizarre case of sleep paralysis?
Or perhaps he encountered a creature that lives between the real world and the world of dreams.
A routine patrol for Policeman Leonardo Samano turned into a night of horrors, when suddenly, out of nowhere, a flying creature attacked. A year later, he is still coming to terms with his living nightmare.
This being just appeared, and I cannot say if it was human or not. But it had the form of the witch, and it followed me. Until this day, when I think back on that night, I'm still scared.
Leonardo, can you take us through, step by step, exactly what happened to you on that night?
I was patrolling around the neighborhood when I saw the witch. She was floating about 1.5 feet above the pavement. And that's when the witch started chasing me, and that's when I got scared and I called for backup.
Can you describe for us what it looked like?
She was fully dressed in black, and the creature had black hair, black eyes, black lips, and the face was white.
He says the creature flew at the windshield and tried to grab him through the window. All he could do was cover his face with his hands and try to move to the passenger's side. The next thing he remembers was when his colleagues were taking the seatbelt off and taking his uniform shirt off. What this mysterious winged creature was, no one knows.
But this wasn't the only sighting of the flying phantom. Just 2 days before Officer Samoniego's close encounter, someone else claimed to have captured the creature on tape. Daniel shows the police officer the footage. Could it be the same being that attacked him?